All right, so let's kick things off here with the Bears and the Browns. I have a bet on this. Steven has a bet on this. So let's go ahead and kind of assess the big news here, which of course is the fact that because of the injury to Andy Dalton, who, by the way, is still the starter, according to Matt Nagy. We are going to get Justin Fields this week for the Bears. And what we got in this shocked the hell out of me, guys. The news came out and the line went the other way. I thought for sure a rookie quarterback making his first start in the NFL on the road at the Browns would certainly move this line or at least stay the static. Instead, it moved against the Browns and towards the Bears, so much so that as we sit right now, it is below the 7 over at DraftKings. It's sitting at 6.5. This thing has moved a full point in favor of the Bears in this thing. I mean, listen, the Browns are dealing with some injury stuff on their offensive line. Several guys with injury designations here on that offensive line. But man, I am pretty shocked that this thing moved the way that it did. Brad, am I crazy here, or do you think that this is, people were so incredibly down on Andy Dalton that it doesn't even matter that it's a rookie quarterback making his first start on the road against one of the better defenses in the league?
I would have said the general perception is that Fields is the better player, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you think?
No, yeah, I definitely do. But I guess it's just the situation, right, of getting kind of tossed in. It wasn't even okay, we're turning to you to be our starter. It's you have to start because Andy Dalton is going to be out with injury. And oh, by the way, when he gets healthy, he's still our starter and on the road at the Browns. I don't know. I guess just the full point, the move through the 7 actually is actually pretty shocking to me. But again, maybe I'm just off base here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is Dalton being washed, and then you've got a guy with sort of all the physical tools, right? He runs, 4.4, maybe even quicker. Yeah. He's got a huge arm. So I think if you're thinking about just a one game and who gives you a better chance to beat the Browns, I would say it's Justin Fields, because we know Dalton's ceiling. I would say I've not got a bet on the game, because I don't really know what to expect from Fields in an NFL setting, but also I think Browns offensive line injuries. I mean, I think if they're healthy, this is one to monitor. If they are healthy, then I think they can pass all over the Bears defensive backs, because the Bears are kind of 23rd in PFF coverage grade. So if the Browns can protect, then I think they'll get theirs. And then I'm not sure Fields will be protected. Bears very weak on the offensive line, and then you've got Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney going at you. So Fields could be running for his life, and again, we don't know how that will go, because sometimes you want the mobile quarterback who can get away from it and uncork one downfield to Darnell Mooney, or he could get caught doing too much and get sacked 4 times and fumble it a couple of times. So for me, a lot of uncertainty.
So Steven, you and I are simpatico here on one of the bets. You have the Browns on a teaser leg. I have the Browns in a teaser leg. Who knew? I thought I was going to get way the best of the number here. I have them down to 1.5. That little did I know, if I'd have sat around, I'd have got a better number on this Browns team. That is tied into the Thursday night game. For me, you have it paired up with a different game.
I do have it paired up. With the Buffalo game. So we'll get to Buffalo in a little bit and tell you why I like that as a teaser leg. But just with the Cleveland Browns here, the other thing that I'm watching closely too, and I am with you, Matt, I am surprised it moved through the 7. This was a look ahead line of 8.5 before we heard about the Fields news for sure. So Jarvis Landry on IR also hurts the Browns offense, but according to their head coach, Odell Beckham, it was a full go in practice. He was a full participant on Wednesday. He was a little vague about whether he would play when asked about it, which is to be expected of players at times. So I would be surprised at this point if he doesn't play, considering he's full participant in practice at this point. I don't expect him to play all of the snaps, but I would be hesitant to back the Browns straight up against the spread if they would have been down Landry and Beckham. Plus, you get the rushing upside of Fields on the other side for Chicago. 7 would have been a lot in that situation. But if you get Beckham back on the field, they have some really athletic pass-catching tight ends in Austin Hooper and David Njoku. Obviously, one of, if not the best backfields in the league. So Baker Mayfield, full participant in practice with the left non-throwing shoulder injury. I think it's a really good setup for a teaser leg. So I'm okay with the teaser leg. I am still hesitant here on the spread with the unknown and the upside of Justin Fields.
Yeah, so teaser leg for me. I also am on the under 46 here, guys. And listen, I typically, everything I do is typically on, numbers based stuff. And there is at least a little bit of numbers to kind of back up why I would be on the under 46 of here. The Bears have operated the 11th slowest situation neutral pace so far over the course of the season. The Bears games also averaging the 4th fewest combined plays. The Browns are averaging the 3rd fewest combined plays in the short season here through the 2 games. Cleveland already, who runs a slow, deliberate offense as it is anyway, already leads the league in situation neutral run rate because they want to use those 2 backs. That's why you get a guy like Chubb and pair him up with Hunt, because they want to run the ball. That's what they want to do. They are 31st in situation neutral pace as well. So if you want to go statistical wise, that's another reason why I'm on the under. Also, I'm taking a ride down narrative street right here, and a guy like Matt Nagy seems like a guy to me that wants to protect a guy like Justin Fields. And I can see them not running hurry up stuff, taking their time, running the ball maybe more than they should, trying not to put him in situations to fail, because they didn't want to start him this week. They wanted to start him next week against the Lions. That was the plan all along, and they got forced into having to start him this week because they didn't want to kill his confidence on the road against one of the better defenses, especially one of the better pass rushes, as Brad mentioned, in the league with that defensive line for Cleveland. And so I am going ahead and taking kind of a ride down narrative street here that Matt Nagy is going to try to, quote unquote, protect his quarterback, call a conservative game, not really run an up-tempo offense, keep it where, they're basically trying to play keep away from the Browns. And, of course, the Browns want to run the ball and play slow as it is anyway. So under 46 for me also in this game.